Greetings, beloved, and welcome back to another episode of the Crochet in Agreement podcast. Today is Monday, July 31st, 2023. This is episode number 39. Hello, I'm Melissa, and I'm coming to you from the northern Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. I crochet prayer blankets, prayer shawls, and chemo caps for the sick, and I stand in agreement for their complete healing through Jesus Christ. This channel is by Him, for Him, and because of Him. I also have an Etsy shop where I sell my hand-dyed yarns in acrylic, cotton, and wool. Feel free to go over and check that out. The link is down below. So this is the first question. But if you watch till the end of the video, you will see what I mean. But my first question for you guys is, what kind of weather are you having today? So today I am going to do just a quick little update. I feel like it's been forever since I've done this, which it has. And I've mostly just been working on socks. I do have one finished object though that is not socks. That I've already shown my socks that I finished, but I have another finished object I have not shown. So I will show you guys that first, and then we'll look at where I am on socks right now. Of course, I have several going at the same time, and if you see my previous video of my ice haul and Mary Maxim, I have Mary Maxim right here, and a couple up in here that I also acquired through Mary Maxim. Some Premier. All of those were previous. But yeah, I'm trying to fill up all of these with sock yarn. These are just all my hand dyed. Those will stay, but eventually the cakes must go. But let me show you first the object that I have finished. So I started off, let me show you the yarn I used first. It is Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody Wild and Free, and Wild and Free is the colorway. So it was this cake of kind of like it's a wrap type yarn. It's where the two colors are twisted together and it turns into a gradient. And I wanted originally to make this into a top with just a single ply of this. It is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. So I thought it would make a really good shirt for the baby, which I probably might still have enough to come up with something with this. But when I started doing my foundation chain, I started doing the first row, it was entirely too thin for me to do. So I frogged it out and I added in some cotton fingering weight and held it. It's kind of wrinkled, it just came out of the dryer. But I held it together with some cotton and I just kind of went in the round and around. But I love how it still did that gradient effect. I started at the bottom, and I think the first row was single crochets all the way around. There's no seam. I just went spirally from the bottom, just basically like a tube top. I just wanted something else nice for her to wear in the summer, before the summer's gone, because it will be gone before you know it. And I'm actually showing you the back, which it doesn't matter. But I went just a little bit higher here on the front, just slightly. And then I just thought, okay, what can I use? I wanted something quick, but not boring. So I just kind of crisscrossed, just done some chains and crisscrossed them in X's like that for the top. And Alexandria said she would like to model this for you guys. So I'll put a video in right here of that. hair around the side. There you go. Thank you. So now let's move on to my socks. We're going to do clean slate here. I do not remember where I was the last time I showed you guys any of this stuff. So we're just gonna do clean slate here. Let me grab this one that only has my Bridget bag. This one only has one sock in it at the time. They've all kind of migrated over to my tub, but this is just a sock that's going to be an afterthought heel. This is for myself. This is made with Nomad, some sock yarn of theirs. I think it's 75-25 nylon, wool, superwash. This is some self-striping that I had dyed myself. Not bad, not bad. I would have preferred these little areas in here to be a little bit wider, but I still really like it. I like how it looks. And this actually was supposed to have been like a vanilla color, but it's yellow and it's still very pretty. But I like how that's coming along. I haven't worked on this one a whole lot, so this may be the same spot where I was last time. Ignore my nails. I have broken 4 nails, no joke, in the last 3 days, and 2 of which were in the same day. It's insane. But I like how this is looking. My first attempt at self-striping sock yarn turned out pretty good. I don't care much for bamboo, just saying. I'm thinking about ordering me some C.I.A sock lace or something from Hobby. I've got it in my cart. They look really cool because one needle is shorter than the other. I thought that was really cool. I like short needles, but I can handle if one's long, one's short. So I do know that you guys are aware of, I'm gonna borrow one of your chairs, baby, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can use this one.
Thank you, sweetheart. That way I don't have to stretch it up here and high. So I do know you guys have seen this one. This is just some DK weight. This is one of my first attempts at self-striping. This is some DK weight superwash. It's just 100% superwash merino wool. And I was just playing around with self-striping. And I think it's going to turn out pretty good, but I just decided just to make the baby some socks to sleep in, something thick and warm, shorty socks. So I've already started on the heel flap, as you can see. Just started that last night. So that's where I am with that. I only did a few rows, as you can see, maybe 8 or 10 rows of ribbing, 1x ribbing. And looks like maybe 12. I'm just gonna guess around 12 rows until I went into the heel. No, not even that much. Not very much. Not even, no, it's probably 4, 5, 6, something like that. But I had intended on going pretty much right into the heel anyways. Here's another one I know you guys have seen. So that means, yes, I have casted on some new ones. Who would have thought any less? So I've made a little bit more progress on this sock for the baby. This, again, this also will be afterthought. So I've marked where I want to cut the yarn for the heel. I think I have, well, I'm starting back to this color. It's done went from the pink to the border color. That's really cool. I don't know what you call this, but I love how they do that. And then the lavender to that, to the purple and that, and then this pink. And now it's starting to go back to this red down here again. So I think once I get another section of that right here, I'll be able to start reducing for her toe. But between this one and the previous ones I just showed you, they will be my very first afterthought, so I'm quite nervous about that. I may even wind up knitting the next sock before I even do that. I don't know. I don't know. That would be kind of silly to jump that far ahead. What if I mess up, you know? No, I might be confident that it will work out just fine. Okay. So if anybody, let me find it, dig it out here. If anybody has followed my previous dye videos, you will see that Kirsta dyed some of her everything purple. And there was a little tiny mishap that went with that. Experience. So I was very, very nervous about using this because I accidentally burned the yarn and it broke in many, 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 many. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many knots are in this cake of yarn. I mean, it is like knot city. They're everywhere. But I didn't give up. I actually caked this 4 times because every time I would do it, there would be more spots where it would break. Little yellow areas where it had burned. There's a little tiny one right there. But just me going through this entire hank of yarn and retying all of these spots where it broke. Taking out the weak areas. I was determined to make it happen. So you guys ready to see my progress on her sock? I don't think I have shown any other than just me sitting. I think I had a community post of me sitting outside working on this sock. And my comment to that was, so far so good. Well, again, I say, so far so good. I have 20 rows of 2x2 ribbing. I have 30 rows for the ankle leg area. This is the height that she wanted it at. And then I have already done the heel flap, heel turn, and picked up the gussets. And now I am working on the decrease for the foot. So yay, that is turning out beautifully. And the knots are not a problem, not like I thought they would be. And I've only had one spot where it had broken on me, and that was this little bit right there. And I basically just found the spot where it was strong again and just continued on with it from there. But yes, this is coming along very well. I'm very pleased with how this is looking. So pretty. I love it. Getting pretty good, this sock thing. Totally addicted, guys. Absolutely, just totally addicted. Loving it. So, which brings me to my last sock. So you probably may remember from my ice haul of sock yarn, I kind of fell in love with this skein of sock yarn and decided to start cast on and start knitting socks with it. And I love it when they do those cute little patterns like that. So 1 by ribbing. I cast on 64. It's a regular 64 knit. Now Kirsta's is 56 because she's got tiny, tiny feet. She wears a 6. Start to say 5, but she's a 6. So her feet are tiny. But with this one here, check this out down here. It looks like ocean waves. I was working on that part yesterday outside. It was like ocean waves, yeah. But that is how this one is turning out. Isn't it cute? I don't know how many rounds I've done on the foot, but I'm probably gonna do 30 at least, maybe 40, because I kind of like to get at least a whole pattern repeat in the foot before I go into the heel flap, just so whatever's above the shoe, you can see the whole pattern. So that's most likely what I'll do once I get back. But isn't this cool? I've done the 20 rows up here of 1 by ribbing, and yeah, it had slightly started to get a little bit of blue in there, but it changed at the next color change. When I went from the ribbing to the foot, color changed. I thought that was really awesome, and I didn't change it there because of that. Okay, so you know what? I think that's all I really had to share. I don't think I took up too much of your time. This is the very first video that I'm doing of the month of August. So in this video, it will be included 2 questions. I'm going to have to insert the first one because I forgot to do it, but here comes the second one. What you guys will need to do is email me at C.I.A. subapp@gmail.com with the answers to these questions, and with both of them, answer both questions, and then I will enter your name into the drawing that will be held at the end of the month for my subscriber appreciation giveaway prize. At the end of every week, no matter how short, it could be 1 day, however the month goes, at the end of each week I will do a community post to show everyone how many entries they have. But I would like for you guys to tell me what your favorite animal is. So email me those answers to those 2 questions, and I will add your name to the subscriber appreciation. And you can enter many different ways. I'm going to put a link to that video of all the ways that you can enter this. Go watch that video if you haven't already, and it's also in that video's description box if you'd rather read it. But all the rules and the instructions, everything is in that video, so go check it out and share it too if you don't mind. There's a lot of ways to enter. So and I want to add something also. I need to add this to the description box of that video, but some people do not have community tabs on YouTube. If you share my videos out on any other platform, either take a picture of it or take a screenshot of it and email me that picture, and I will count that as an entry into the giveaway. So I thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. This video will actually go out on July 31st. That's what the date I gave it. It'll go out today for my members, but it will post for everyone else tomorrow. So if you're not a member and you would like to be, that link is also down below. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.